Welcome back to the Bak'n Show. In today's episode, we're going to go over the Mars Hydro Grows, the 2 tents of Mars Hydro. This here, the Mars Hydro 4x4, with the the controller 43 that you see there. Should have turned this light on over here. You could have seen what's in this corner. We have over in the corner the Mars Hydro Dehumidifier with tank. Humidifier with tank. Tank feeds the humidifier feeds the tent. Over here, we have the Mars Hydro irrigation system with drainage. Here's the tank that pumps everything out of the tent. Mars Hydro 5-gallon bags. And these are the plant stands that they sit on. As you can see, we only got 3 plants in here on this run instead of 4. And up top here, we have the Mars Hydro FC 4800 light, bar light. See that? And the bar light has 6 bars down there. But this is the Mars Hydro tent and the Mars Hydro oscillating fan. Didn't get that in there. Need to add a fan to this tent because these plants are getting pretty big here. The plants that we have in the tent this run, sparklets back there in the corner. Over there in the back corner is the mango runts. And right here in the front, I don't know what it is. It's a high wire. That's what it is, high wire. And these, as you can see, I got tie downs on a lot of these plants, on these front 2 plants here. I tied them down to open them up. So instead of them growing straight up, we open them up and get a lot of that inner growth to come up. So I did that on both of these plants here. They're due to be defoliated again possibly today. I might get in here and snatch some of these leaves because they are getting pretty thick again, as you can see. Nice tops on these plants, as you can see, developing. Which would be nice, but we do have a lot more up under here. And as you take the big leaves right off the top, you see the other bud sites developing right down there. So yeah, we'll get in here today during this video, snatch some of these leaves. And yeah, because you can see, got tie downs here too. These have all been tied open, poured open. And some of them just did it on their own. Like the main right here, I just recently came in here. Let me get a couple of these leaves here out of the way and you can see what I'm talking about. I came in here and I tied this centerpiece down. This was the only one that, out of the 2 here, excuse me. The back mango runts didn't get any training. It just kind of got topped and it kind of topped itself. And it just grew. And I'm gonna show you that one in just a minute. But this one up in the front, you see the main shoot here, got a tie down right there. And you see how I pulled it over. It's trying to stand itself back up now, but it's turning right here, which is cool. So I wanted all these side shoots in here, like all this stuff in here, to get some of these leaves out of the way. Make a pile right here. You can see down in here where all these side shoots now are shooting up. And it's going to be a little while before this tent or the 5x5, which I'll get into in just a second, will be flipped to flower. Because I just did some training over there before I started this video. I said, well, let me pull the camera out after I did it and see, get some footage. Because I'll extend this video for a couple days. You'll get to see it today, see me stripping it down, open her up. And it's not going to get tall. Now, I was hoping that this plant, maybe if I'd have left it alone, it would have took off and went straight up, both for this one and that one here. And it would have kind of coincided with the other tent, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Over there, I'm training them plants to stay kind of even, and in doing so, I'm doing a lot of training and pulling the plant down. Like I said, when we get over there, I'll show you what I'm talking about. But yeah, I'm just pretty much just making a pile, as you can see that. Trying to open this thing. Is just a bunch of foliage all the way down here that could definitely, I could definitely take away from here. Cause this stuff down here isn't getting any light. So definitely possibly give me some shears. Maybe not. I can pull it with my fingers. And anything growing way down here isn't gonna make it up to the light at all. So I'm trying to keep this part cleaned out as best as possible. Especially while we still here in veg. Got a few more weeks I'm gonna be in veg here. Like this is a whole branch that don't even need to be here. This isn't gonna make it up to nothing. So let me see if, this one here, I'm sorry, for the camera work. So all the way, so it was stuck all the way up under here, like so. So we're getting zero light. So I can do away with this one. And this feels tender enough that I could just break it. There you go. So that freed up that space there, and that energy can go to some of these other branches that are doing a few things. So what I've been here doing the last week or so with these plants is just doing this, just coming in training with the 5x5. I did today just change out the reservoir because I didn't like how the plants was reacting to the nukes. So like getting a nitrogen toxicity, and I'll show you that when we get over there. The leaves will definitely getting that dark green, almost turning like it was gonna turn blue. And I know that's just way too much nitrogen in the reservoir, so I decided to just go ahead and empty it out and give it a fresh res. And I don't have my mic on right now, y'all, so if the audio is changing as I move the camera, the audio is going to change some. So my apologies if that's happening. But yeah, what I'm doing now is pretty much what I just did in the other tent. So when we get over there, you will see that I've already done what I'm doing exactly right now. And I'm not going to keep y'all on here. After I get this one done here, I'm going to put this camera down, because I know the camera work is horrible right now. Because I'm trying to look at the plant and look at the camera at the same time to keep y'all in on what I'm doing. Not that much more to go. Like all this down in here. Got some stuff all the way down there. Don't need to be down there because it is not going to amount to anything. Like, get around here so you can see all that in there. There was some stuff right down in here that is cleaned out. Let's see a leaf or two down here too that can come off. It looks good enough. I think I just knocked something loose. No, I didn't. Alright, but yeah, let me slide back out this way, get a better look. And I done chopped her up, so opened her up. You can see here, got the tie down, and I was pulling that mane down right there. And I need to tighten it back up because it's pulling itself. It just untied itself right there. So in a minute, I'll definitely pull this down again, like so, and tie it back down. So all these side shoots can just go straight up. That's my thinking here. Just to turn up like it's turning up, and all these side shoots become mains, and they'll go straight up. Again, we still got plenty of time if I want to continue to veg this plant, and which I will. That one back there, I just need to clean it up because it's just so bushy. Not going to do a whole lot to that. That's runts. Runts isn't going to get that big, so I'm not doing that much training with that. I'm just trying to keep it as open as possible, and there's a lot of sites right there, so I don't have to do much. Just clean it up, and it's the same thing over here. Just clean her up now. She got a lot more training. If you look down there, I got a lot more tie downs. where I tied it up so we can get it to open all the way up and get as many bud sites as possible. And fill in as much space as we can on this tent. Now where I am at right here with my foot here, I want to keep this area open as much as possible so I can get in here and periodically do training or cleaning up the plants without having to brush into the other ones. But yeah, that's what it looks like over here. I'm gonna get these cleaned up and I'll be back. All right, I'm back. Plants got stripped down. And as you can see, the training that I did do on this one, you see it a little better now. See all the way through the plant. Took all the big leaves off. Got very little, if any, purpling in my stems. So my nutrients is on point. Same thing back here. And this is the mango runch. Cleaned it all up. Like I said earlier, it topped itself, so I didn't have to do much of anything on the training. And it's not gonna get real big anyway. And last but not least, this one over here, this is the sparklets. Cleaned her all up, and now you can see all the tie downs that I put around her. Took all the big leaves off, opened it completely up, and we can get those other shoots in there to come on up, become nice bud sites. This one up in the front, I did mention the name again. This is the high wire. And all those side shoots, y'all. All that's coming up now. Look at that back there. All those are coming up. These on the sides, they're all gonna come up. So yeah, I'm gonna get these a few more weeks in veg. And watch them fill out. Get as big as I can get them. Then we'll flip these to flower. But that's all I have for y'all in this one. Let's slide over to the 5x5 and get at a quick look. Then we'll come back in a few days and take a look at the plants and see how they progress. But let's get over to the 5x5. Now over here in the 5x5, you can see they have been totally stripped down again and trained out. As you can see, tie downs on these. This plant here, I didn't put what do they call it, bud clamps on this one. Oh, I do have a smashing a bud site. I didn't see this. I'm gonna lose that one. Didn't mean to do that, but it's all good. But yeah, that's how this one looks. I'm just pulling it open. I bend down the main chute right here. You can get around and see that right there, knuckle right there. That's the main bent down. It's turned itself back up. All these side shoots are coming up. Slow process, but we're getting there. Same thing over here. Bent down the main. See if we can get in here and see it right there. And she's turned up this way. And all the sides are coming up. And the back, the plants, these front two are the sticky suits, and they're not big plants. But the back two are the gorilla cookies, and they are much bigger plants. So as you can see, I've done all kind of training, from the tie-down straps to the clips, bud clips. You see I just super cropped all over the place, everything. So we can just keep opening both of these plants up. Again, tie downs at the bottom. And then some of the tie downs, I think I did I got tied, like on this one here, I got a tie down and a clip. And I don't know, the other ones if I got tie downs on them, I didn't put clips on them because it was already being pulled down. The ones I didn't put the tie downs on, just the bud clips. As though it was just turning everything down so all these sides like that right there can come up and do some things. Yeah, so we're just a couple weeks now. Gonna fill this tent out too. This 5x5 over here is powered by the FC 8000, and along with the supplemental bars. None of the bars are on right now, but all the lights from the main light is on. And again, this is the FC. I don't know if y'all can see that up there. Get you a little closer. Oops, too close. Going down to 1. And maybe y'all can see there it is, the FC 8,000. But yeah, I just cantered the light up so I wouldn't be banging my head on the lights when I was in here cleaning this up. But that's what it looks like now. And over here, let me show you this real quick. The main right here, I bent that one over and then tied it down with the tie straps all the way down there. So we can get that to turn itself back up. And maybe those little side ones like that will turn up and became cum tops. But yeah, that's what the plants look like now. We're gonna come back in about 3 days or so and take a look at them and see how they progressed in those 3 to 4 days. Somewhere around there, 3 or 4 days. Today is, I believe, the 21st of May. So around like the 24th, 25th, somewhere in that ballpark. We'll take a look again. See you then. Welcome back to the Coy Bak'n Show. In today's episode, we're gonna go over the Mars Hydro Grows. 2 tents, the 4x4, the new 4x4 that we see right behind me, and the 5x5 that we also add to this. We've got quite a few things we're going to get into in this episode, so I'm just going to get right into it. Let me turn the camera around so we can get a look at both of the tents. We'll see where the girls are, because the day's date is May the 29th, and I'm going to flip these plants on June the 1st. So we got a couple days, so I have quite a few things that I need to get in here and get done and add to this tent here. So let's just get right into it. All right, here in the 4x4, we got the eye controller right outside the tent here. Let's check out our parameters going on in it. The humidity in this area has been crazy for the last week. It's been raining like crazy. As you can see, the temp's 71. Humidity today is good at 63. I can rock with that, but we've had humidity up to 80 plus every day trying to get this tent down. So there's really no need for me to even try to, because here in my basement, which is the lung room, whatever the humidity is in the basement, that's what it's going to be inside these tents. So the humidity here in the basement was extremely high. I got to get the basement dehumidifier turned on, and that's what's sitting right there, so we hook that up. But in addition to that, we're going to be hooking up the Mars Hydro dehumidifier, which we got right here. We're going to get into that in a little bit. We're going to be hooking that up to this tent here. And as you can see, the Mars Hydro FC4800 is going pretty damn well. As the plants have grown and grown and grown. You see, it's the 4800 now. Hope y'all can see that. This Mars Hydro gear is doing us well. As you can see, look at these plants. And we get the irrigation system set up down there, and the drainage system also. What I'm also going to do today in this video is, you can see how big the girls have gotten. Let's go over what the girls are right quick. This one here is the high wire. That is the mango runts, excuse my finger, and that one over in the corner is the sparklets. As you can see, the mango runts is finally starting to take off and grow. So when the watering happens, since it's so much bigger than these, not so much bigger, but it's bigger than these other two, when the watering happens, these 2 plants here get sufficient amount of water. That one needs a little more. And because we only have 3 plants in this tent this round, I'm going to add one of these drip emitters to that plant back there. So when they're watering, they can still get the same time, but that plant there will just get a little bit more water, which it needs. Because you can see it's drooping just a little bit right now, because I did water it last night, and I took the turned the system off, because like I said to y'all, I'm going to flip these girls to flower. And as you get, here's the tank right here, and it's empty. I cleaned it out. Well, I'm cleaning it out. Need to wipe it out some more. And I have some water already set aside for that. Fill this back up, and we're going to put the flower newts in here because, like I said to y'all, we're going to flip the flower. Now I could put veg newts in here again, but just only give it maybe only fill up maybe half of that reservoir in here. But I decided to hell with it. I'm going to go ahead and just go flip it to flower, flip it to girls to flower. I'm going to give it all flower newts right off the bat, and the girls will be fine. But yeah, I got to get that set up in there too. So I got to fill up that reservoir, put the dehumidifier back here in this empty space that I made for it, We have the Mars Hydro humidifier sitting right here, set up on my stand with the reservoir system up here on the top. I got it shut off right now because the humidity, like I told y'all, has been so high, it hasn't ran at all. So I had reconfigured the area, put this table over here, little stand, and put the humidifier down there on the bottom of the stand, and put the reservoir for it up here on the top, so the water can continuously flow. But right now, it doesn't need any humidity in this tent whatsoever. Like I just showed y'all, it is sitting at 62 right now, the humidity, almost 63. So, and like I said, the dehumidifier is going to sit right here in this hole, and we're going to reconfigure a few things and run it through that port right there. I do have a port down here in the bottom, but I think my table might be in the way from that. So we might have to make a couple reconfigure a couple things, but we're gonna get it done. But that's what let's get in here and look at the plants real good, because I haven't let y'all really see those up close. Plants have definitely grown. I just poured the tape measure, my yardstick out, and measured the plants. These here is only like 15 inches tall. That one there is like 18 inches. And this one here, it was 25 inches tall. So, and that was just because of the stems up there. You can see the difference in the height between the two of them. But yeah, I'm definitely ready to flip these girls to flower. These plants have been around for a good amount of time now. And got to the point where I trained them out, opened them up. You can still see the tie downs that I used on both of these plants. And I was only this one on this one, because I just turned down the main. And this one didn't really turn back up and start growing like crazy. But hopefully here in the flower, it does a little something. But what I'm going to do also in this episode, I'm going to add a trellis net to this, because I know once we do flip the flower, it's going to go up and fill up some of that net. So it could help with the support. I don't believe these plants are going to get that big. I got a feeling that this one here may take off and flower. That one there in the back, the mango runt, it took a while to get to this point where it's at right now. So I don't really expect that to take off. But we'll see. It's going to be an uneven canopy, because that plant there, I doubt catches up to those there. But if I had left the top just turned up, maybe it would have. But I'm not going to worry about it. We're going to see what we get from it. But as you can see, everything is going pretty damn well on this tent here. Let's take a look at the 5x5, and then we'll get to work. Now over here in the 5x5, the girls are rocking. Don't look like I'm having any problems really. I mean, they recovered from the little problems that they was having with the last batch of nooch that was in the reservoir. But this one here, they've done pretty. Actually, when I emptied out the reservoir, I just refilled it, and I went half strength on the nooch pretty much. I don't even think I was at half strength, and they recovered pretty well. I mean, the back two are the Gorilla Cookies. They have definitely taken on the down, so you can see the big difference in the canopy height, which is going to be real crazy. And in these air cube systems, there's no way I can raise these plants, these two here up. So we're definitely just going to have a big uneven canopy here. But we'll have to deal with it. Ain't nothing we can do about it. But these what the girls over here look like, and over here we got the FC 8000. So you can see that in there. There it is. And it's with the supplemental lights up here. I don't think none of them on right now. No, it shouldn't be. Just the UV is running right now. But once we flip the flower, we'll turn on the other two supplemental lights. And what I'll do, make sure I won't turn those deep red and IR on until we get pretty much through stretch, because if not, these plants are going to stretch like crazy. So we're looking around about week 3 or so. I'm gonna turn those IR and the deep red lights on and run them like that. We have done that in the past, where when I first got these lights, I ran them with the recipe that came with the lights, and it said you run the UV and veg. What did it say? UV and veg is like 5 minutes an hour, for the 18 hours that they're run. So I think it comes to a total of 2 hours or something, an hour and a half, something like that. And when you get to a flower, you switch it to 10 minutes an hour for the 12 hours that the lights will be on for the flower. So that's how that works with that. And then with the IR and the deep red stays on for 12 straight hours along with the light. And the IR comes on 30 minutes before the lights come on, and then 30 minutes after the lights go off. So we'll definitely be setting that all up here real soon. I still got the timers and all that right on the side of the tent, so shouldn't have much of a problem putting that together. Definitely gonna put added trellis net to there. You got the bud clips. Can't see them until I get all the way up in here. Now you see the green and red. Those are the bud clips I put on here about a week or so ago. Open up this canopy, I stripped it down, but as you can see, all the leaves have grown back. Got some over here on this thing, just plant too. Up here in the front, we just tied down everything on these plants here, using those tie downs. So, yeah, now that we can really flip these girls to flower, we'll see what happens with them. And there's not a whole lot going on in this tent here. Only thing I'm going to do over here today is I'm going to change out this reservoir and shit back here in the corner. Yeah, it's almost empty. It's maybe down the last 10 to 12 gallons in there. So I'm change it out, put the flower nukes in it because we're flipping this tent here to flower also. So that's what we got going on in this episode. I'm gonna go back over to the 4x4 and get to work over there now. All right, we're back. As you can see, I took the dehumidifier out, so we're gonna install that first before we do anything else. Just wanted to take it out of the box to show you what comes in the box. It was well boxed. Styrofoam and everything is down inside of there. But real quick, we got the dehumidifier itself, the unit. Got a power sensor, a humidity and temperature sensor cord right here with a probe, a drain cord, and 2 air ducts, a short air duct and a long air duct. That's all that comes in the package. And like I said to you before we took the last break, we're going to put this right here and then figure out how to get it up into this duct. And I got all this other stuff running up in here, so we're going to have to make a few changes. So let me get in here and do that, and once I get it set in here, I'm gonna bring you back, then we can go through some of the operations. Be right back. All right, I'm back. I got everything set up. Here you got the unit here, and actually I got the unit just turned so we can see it right now, but I'm actually going to spin mine around. So my drainage hose will go out the back and run back there to my sump pump. But it's 2 hoses to go in here. You got the short hose, which goes on the top, and I got it running up through the top of my tent there. And then that's the short hose. The long hose, which is the one in the back, and it's going through the bottom. And you can see how both of them are coming through the tent. The one down there, and then the one up there. So that's how it's all set up. Has a drain tank down here at the bottom. If you choose not to use the drain, the drain tank is here. And you have the gauge here to let you see how much water's in here, right there. And if you're not using the drain hose, which we already have connected, it's a little slot for this to connect right into it, right down in that hole there. And you got to punch this out. When this comes, this plate is forward. There's a little section here. You can punch that hole out for your tubing going here. Now on this tubing here, you have one side that it looks like this. The other side is completely smooth and it's longer. It's about yay long. That's the side that goes into this unit. Up on the top, turn my screen on. You got your display screen right here with all your functions, your fan speeds, your timer. You got a lock, how bright you want this light on right here. You can control that also. Just get your manual, read over your manual. and it'll show you how you just set it up. It's real simple, and you just put it on the parameters you want it on. And again, as you can see, it's ran up through the tent, and it's set up here, and then the sensor. Now I have a few sensors in here, so excuse me, but this one here is the one for that dehumidifier. So that's how we got it set up. Only thing I have now to do is to turn this thing around so my drain hose can run out the back, and I could turn it on and get it running. So that was step one of what I wanted to do in this video. Next step is to get this back in this spot that it's going to go in. It's going to sit right here, and I got to take the water that I got set aside and fill that up. I still got a little water. No, excuse me, I just poured some of the water in here. That's what it is. I got some water in here, and we're going to slide that right over here, and we're going to fill it the rest of the way up. But first, I got to turn that dehumidifier so my drain hose is set up in the right spot. All right, so that's my next step. I'll be right back. All right, we're back. We're here in my laundry room, and I have everything set up so I can mix up the newts to put in the reservoir. I'm show you what we're working with. If you're not familiar with the stuff I use, Fluoroflex nutrients, B1 and B2 and bulky B. Those are for flour. And we get deeper, a little deeper in the flour, closer to the end, you pop out the full tilt. We don't need that now because we're only in week 3 of flour. Recharge. I don't put that in the reservoir. I manually feed the plants that. My pH up and down back there, just to get my pH where I want it at. pH I try to keep between 5.8 and 6.2. Anywhere in between there, I'm good to go. Power SI, that does go in the reservoir. So we're actually going to mix that up first. I have my water in my mixer here already. I'm going to turn that on. I'll put that in there. We're going to mix that up. And my cow mag, I did forget that. Here we go. A cow mag right there. So we'll do the Power SI first into the mixer. I'll mix that up for about 5 good minutes. Then I'll come back and I'll do the same thing with the cow mag. Each individual one will get mixed individually, and then I'll add those to the reservoir. So I'm not going to bore y'all with that part, just sitting here watching me mixing this up. But I'll do, once I get everything mixed up and pour it in the reservoir, I'll bring you back and we'll pH and we'll check the EC of the reservoir then. And I forgot my scale here. I use that just to weigh up the newts. But let me get this all mixed up, add it to the reservoir, then we'll come back and we'll snatch out my pens, my pH pen and my EC pen hanging right there. We'll go in there and check those things out. So let me get this done and I'll be right back. I brought you back right quick because I forgot to show y'all the chart where we were sitting at with the last reservoir change. We are doing this tent here, this chart here. The last change was May the 25th. The last hand watering was May the 20th. Okay, that was incorrect. I did water it since then. But the day is the 29th. The last time I actually filled up this reservoir was on May the 14th. That's what it was. So on May the 14th, the EC set at 1.0, which is really low. The pH was 6.4. I should have dropped it down some more, and I don't know why I didn't. But I guess I just let it rock at the 6.4 and left it there. And I did add, when I made this reservoir back on the 14th of May, I did get the plants recharged in, and they haven't had it since. Last defoliation was on the 21st of May, and the last hand watering, that was the last time I upgraded this, and I made the change here too. I wrote hand water here, but it's not actually hand water. I turned the machine on and let it run 2.5 minutes for the feed, and then it got up to 2 points because I was doing 2 minutes. 2 minutes wasn't enough, so I just added another 30 seconds to the feed, and I did that back on the 25th of May, and this is daily right here, 2.5 minutes daily. So when I go back out there and switch this up, I'll be just putting the timer on the system for this tent now, and we'll do a daily. It'll come on daily, roughly right when the lights come on. Like I said, we're flipping this to flower, so it'll come on at 9 o'clock. But my flowering schedule is from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. So my watering around about 9:30ish. It'll come on for the first period for 2 minutes and 30 seconds, and then we will increase the feeds as we need to from there. But yeah, that's what the chart looks like. I forgot to show y'all that. And over here, what we're feeding with the FloraFlex nutrient line, we're doing the higher strength nutrients line here. Oh no, not on this tent. We're doing the low strength. My bad. On the 5x5, we on the high strength. On the 4x4, we're gonna keep it to medium strength because these plants just a little bit more finicky. And if they need to, I'll increase from there. But as you can see, we're in week 3 of flowering. You got your floral spray, your root drip. The floral spray is just 4 grams to a gallon, and all these are per gallon. These are 1 milliliter root drip when you per gallon. 3 grams of B1, 3 grams of B2, and 1.5 grams of bulky B, and it should get you around that 2.2 on the EC. So that's what we're doing now. I forgot to bring you back and mention that to you. Right now, we just have our power SI mixing right here. I'm gonna let that mix for a couple more minutes, and then I'll go to the next one. But yeah, I wanted to just bring y'all back and show you that. But we'll be right back as soon as I finish mixing this up. All right, I'm back. See the plants. I got the reservoir filled up. Just give it a few more minutes for the newts to settle in there. In the meantime, we'll go ahead and give it the recharge that I told you I'd give it. I already got that mixed up. All right, I gotta see if y'all can see this. A 2-gallon bucket of it right here. And I got 2 gallons. I'm not gonna give these 3 plants 2 gallons. I'm only giving each one of these plants 4 cups. This is equivalent to 4 cups. So it's just one of these, 1 scoop in each one of the plants. And then the remainder will go over into the 5x5 tent. I'll do the same thing because I'm doing the reservoir over there too. So the recharge is already mixed up. So I'm just go ahead and get a plant. 1 full cup of it. And what I'll also do, because I know this 1 cup isn't enough for this 1 feed right now. I'm going to give the remainder of this feed the water from the reservoir, the nutrients from the reservoir. And what I'm going to do there, I'm going to wait about an hour, 30 minutes or so after pouring this in here. Then I'm going to come back and I'm going to turn the unit on, the reservoir on. Oh, damn, just hit myself, hit the fan. All right, so yeah, I'll let that soak in. And like I said, I'm going to come back roughly about 30 minutes or so. And then I'll turn that reservoir on, and I'm gonna let that run for about a minute and a half or so, and let it get that feeding too. So I'll get a nice soaking, so I get a little runoff, and that'll be this tent here. But what I'm gonna do now is take y'all over to the 5x5, and we're gonna take a look at those plants real quick one more time. And I'm mixing up the newts for that tent right now too. So maybe I'll hold off. There's really nothing left over there for y'all to see over there. I'm gonna let you just see the plants again. We'll do the EC and the the pH with that reservoir over there. Or once I get it filled up. So yeah, once I come back, we'll do that. I'm gonna let y'all see those plants over there one more time, and then we're gonna do the EC and pH of both of these reservoirs. As a matter of fact, I mean, this reservoir is done. So yeah, instead of coming back, let me just go ahead and do it now. I'm gonna just turn this way so y'all can see the reservoir, which is right there. get you a little closer. It's close enough there. So now I got my pH pen and my EC ppm pen here. Let's turn these on. We're gonna see where we're sitting. So I'll sit there right on the edge. And I'll stick this one in here and test it out. Just stir it up a little bit. Don't stir it too hard because it does have a hole right here on the side where not drain hole, but the hole for your hoses to go through. So stir it up too hard, water starts coming out. And right now the EC is sitting at 2.5, and the water temperature is switching between 66 and 67. Now the EC in here, if I'm not mistaken, it should have been. Oh yeah, I did. That's right. When I switched, when I turned the camera off. I think before I turned the camera off, I said when I was mixing this up, I was going to go with the medium strength feeding schedule. I did change and put it on the high strength medium feed, and it I think it said, I know it is. The EC is supposed to be at 3.0, and I just got 2.5. So I'm not going to change that. I'm not going to add anything to this. The pH pen is still sitting there, and it's actually right now sitting at 6.4. And the water temperature is still the same. This one is saying it's flipping between 67. It's just holding at 67 now. So that was pretty much the same on the EC pen. But I'm gonna bring this pH down just a little bit. So I'm just give it a little squirt in there. It already dropped down to 6.3. I stir this up. Like I said, I'm trying to get this down about between 5.8 and 6.2. Where anywhere in between there, I'm kosher. And right now we sitting at 6.2, so I'm gonna let that sit there for a minute and see if it changes any. But anything is going to go down if it does anything. So I'm sitting exactly at 6.2, so I'll hold it there and just keep it right there. That's fine with me. You know, some people will go down to 5.6 because you treat this somewhat like hydroponics. Because we're growing in cocoa, and this is a local cocoa 70-30 mix, and it's still holding at 6.2. Water temperature 65. So yeah, it doesn't look like it's going to move anymore from there. So it's 6.2. I'm rocking with that, and I like that. I like that where that sits at. So this tent now is done. Let me swing you over here real quick, turn you around so y'all can see girls one more time. Got the camera turned the wrong way, but I'm gonna keep it like this. But that's what the girls look like. And again, on Monday, we're going to be flipping these to flower, which is only 3 days away. I am a little leafy. The leaves grew right back, so I couldn't come in here and probably take a few, but then again, I think I'm gonna just leave the girls alone. I mean, I've done a leaf strip, I think twice in veg. So I'm gonna just leave them alone from now. And I'm gonna just periodically just take leaves here and there. That mango runts, excuse me, sitting right back there is getting pretty big, and it's pretty leafy right now. So we'll see in the coming weeks what we may need to do to this. And again, like I said, I'm going to return the, not quite yet. The pH did drop down to 6.1, which is cool. But I did say I'm going to turn this reservoir on for 1.5 minutes to get these girls the rest of their daily feed. I think that should be enough to cover that. Oh, one thing I did not do yet is, like I said to you in the beginning of the video, I was going to take one of these drip emitters here and add it to that tent. I mean, not that tent, excuse me. that plant back there because it's not getting enough feed. So let me just move y'all out of my way for 1 minute and I can add that. Matter of fact, let me open up this valve while I'm sitting here. But let me back y'all up. I think that's good. So instead of having 2 emitters, it now has 3. So that should give me an ample amount of water when I turn this on. I know it ain't been 30 minutes, but I'm gonna go ahead and turn this thing on now to get this tent done so we can switch over to the 5x5 and I can finish that up. Because I forgot I do still have my mixer going back in my laundry room, mixing up the newts for this. And I got a few more that I think I still need to put in there. So let me do this real fast, turn this on, and go over to the other tent. And I still have to put the timer on. That's the one thing I did not do. I have to get done. Get the timer on. I need a timer so I can see how long I've got this running. What I'm gonna do is just I want 1.5 minutes or so, but what I'm trying to do is run it until I get some runoff. Excuse me, covering up the whole, a big ass covering up the whole thing. But yeah, I'm gonna just use one of my timers to time it. All right, just turned it on. Yeah, I got some runoff there now. That's good. I'm gonna let it go for a few more seconds. I shut it off right there. So that was a 3-minute and 30-second drip. And I did get a little runoff. I see coming out the bottoms of them now. And that's what I wanted. So yeah, these plants are, rocking and rolling and they're ready. It's their first feed with the flower newts, and like I told you, we flipping these to flower on Monday, so they should be fine. But let's swing over now to the 5x5 and finish this video up because this is a pretty long video. I forgot to mention, yeah, the dehumidifier is running whisper quiet, y'all. I mean, I didn't even know the thing was on, and I felt the tubing and I felt the thing rumbling just a little bit. But this thing is whisper quiet, y'all. So this is real cool. I did set my set it for 60% humidity, and it should be good around there. It's actually running now because the door is still open, and I told y'all in my area it's pretty humid in the area this week. But this is the little corner I got set up now, y'all. Dehumidifier set up there, dehumidifier there in the corner, reservoir sits right there in the front. So it's a nice setup, easy access for everything. And I'm about to turn on this main dehumidifier. That's for the whole basement down here. And that should help out big time. Bring that humidity down because like I told you, my humidity was up there. Now it's sitting perfectly. And since I've turned this on, it's holding it at just sitting at what, 61, 62, somewhere in that ballpark. 61 and a half. Temperature 75. VPD 1.4. So yeah, we're looking good. We're looking real good. So I can close this tent up and get over into this 5x5 like I said. Be right back. All right, I'm back. I'm gonna just go. I bought the recharge over here, and while I'm waiting for the newts to finish mixing up so I can add them to the reservoir, I decided to just come over here and give, like I said to y'all before, I give each one of the plants one full cup of this, and this is equivalent to 4 cups of liquid. Sorry about that. Had to fix a little something I had going on in the back there. But each one of them got, what I said, one full cup of this. Got a little recharge left over. But the planks are looking damn good. They won't get this, the feed that I'm setting up and doing in the reservoir right now, they won't get this until tomorrow morning. They had an early morning, they get their early morning feed around 7 o'clock, 6 o'clock, somewhere around there. And I stopped giving them 2 feeds a day because they were acting a little finicky. But since they have definitely turned themselves around and are looking real good. So maybe after week 1 of flower, I'll increase the feeds to twice a day. And then we'll go from there as these plants grow. If they need it. I mean, most I've ever given is 3 feeds in a day. Some people do even more than that. But it depends on the plant. If I see the plants are doing fine with the 2 feeds, I'll rock out with the 2 feeds. So let me stop right here, go finish mixing those newts. Then I'll come back and we'll check the EC and the PPMs, EC or PPMs, whatever one you use, and the pH of the reservoir. And then we'll end this long ass video. Be right back. All right, I'm back. Got the reservoir filled up. Got the pins right here. I got one, the pH pin is still sitting in there. Let me turn it back on. And it's sitting at 6.1, 6.0. So this is cool. I'm gonna leave that just like that. And the EC is at 2.7. Yeah, so I was trying to hit 3, but I'm at 2.7 and I can rock with that. That's cool. So those things there are done now. Have to worry about that. 25 gallons. Should give us a solid week off of that reservoir. You know what? I do have to plug. Let me do this while I'm right here. Sorry for the camera work. I forgot to unplug something here on the system. Right down here. As soon as I plug it in, it's gonna turn on, I bet you. Yep. Just bubbled on. And I got some extra water down in the reservoir that's cleaning out. Yeah, that's from when I poured the recharge in there. So, oh shit, I'm tripping over the stool. But that's what the plants look like now. Everything is rocking and rolling. Looking real good. So, again, in 3 days, we're going to be flipping these girls to flower. And I was supposed to add a trellis net, but I'm not going to do that today. I'm going to wait till the day I flip them to flower because I'm going to probably snatch a few of these leaves off here in the back and then put the net up. But yeah, I'll do both of the tents that way. We'll slide back over to the 4x4 real quick and then we're going to end this video. Oh yeah, I got the basement dehumidifier on now also. So that will help bring the humidity down in this basement, bring it down. Because this is the lung room for both of these tents here. So that'll definitely help out. And over here, 4x4 plants looking dynamite after the feed. Did a little runoff like I wanted. Over here. The good thing about having, well, I gotta put my lid back on my reservoir there. But the good thing about having this sump pump sitting right back here, I got everything running right down in there. But the drain for the dehumidifier that's sitting right here, and I had to change it and turn it so I could have it fit, so the water hose can run off there like I wanted to, and everything fits in this little corner just like I needed to. From the humidifier, the reservoir for it, the dehumidifier, and the reservoir for the 3 plants. And you see the plants are doing dynamite. And the system is working great. Like I said, I added that one emitter that was just not being used that was over here. That is now in the tents back, in the plant back here. yeah, so that's what we look like. So it's been a pretty long video, but I got through it. And thanks for Mars Hydro sending out all this dynamite gear. And we're going to get through this harvest. Or not harvest, excuse me, this flowering cycle. And again, we starting this flowering cycle on Monday. So that's all I have for you in this week's episode. If you like what you saw, give us a thumbs up, leave us a comment, share, and subscribe. And until next week's video, stay baking.